Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of More to the Story. As always, I hope y'all had a great weekend. And as always, I enjoy mine. But first things first, I hope everybody had a good week. You know, it was election week. I know things were weird. There's a lot of tensions right now on social media. I hope everybody's able to, move on from the results, be cordial, be cool. Let's just settle down. What happened happened. I know there's some people that are happy with the results. Those are people that are unhappy with the results. But I hope we're all able to be cool, move on from this, work together, and just be one. I just want to get that out of the way. This is by any means not a political podcast. So, I just had to get that out of the way though. But yeah, man, this weekend was lit. Football. Alabama won, man. Roll tide to the day I die. We put the beats on LSU. That was great to watch. Let me explain real quick why I got on my Bears cap today, even though we lost, because we suck. But let me explain why I got on my cap today, man. This is gonna be my last time wearing my Bears beanie until Matt Eberflus gets fired. So this is what I'm doing today, man. I'm rocking the cap, I'm rocking the beanie. You feel me, with the little thing on the top, but I'm wearing this one last time just to show it off, and hopefully the next time I have it, we have a new coach that I have it on. Hopefully we have a new coach. But yeah, man, it was a good weekend. Great football, great basketball. I'm gonna get a little bit into basketball at the end of the pod because the games tonight was lit. I was watching Sunday Night Football and basketball at the same time. Tonight was lit. I'm ready to get into these games though, y'all. As y'all know, I'm gonna be giving y'all a recap, summary, and my takeaways from the week. And it was a good week. It's Thursday night game was one of the best Thursday night games I ever seen. So off rip, we got some heat. You feel me? But the Sunday games were okay. Couple blowouts, couple close games. Sunday night game was a classic, low key. Low key got a Sunday night classic. So I can't complain about how this week went. But as y'all know, I'm gonna go in chronological order, starting on the Thursday game, which is the number one game I want to talk about the most, because it's the best game of the week to me. But we got Ravens versus Bengals. Ravens win 35-34. Bengals are now 4-6 on the season. Ravens are now 7-3. Man, this game was wild, man. I watched this game at on one of my boys' house, my brother Neil. We watched this game together, and man, we was just locked in this whole game, bro. Like this game was just insane. Shootout from the jump. I mean, the Bengals start off hot. They were early lead 21-7. And I'm just sitting here like, damn, man, this man Joe Burrow about to go in there in the Baltimore and just take over. And then, man, did Lamar Jackson have something to say? They were in this whole game that I think the Bengals could have won this game. So I'm gonna break it down real quick. So I'm all over the place. 'Cause I'm just so excited about how this game went. So Bengals go up early, 21-7. The Bengals had multiple opportunities to keep this lead, but Zach Taylor went for it on fourth down. I think three times in this game. He didn't get any of them. Oh no, he got one of them, and then he went for two at the end of the game. They didn't get it, of course. But Bengals could have put this game away, but Zach Taylor was pretty overzealous in this one, and he kept trying Lamar Jackson. And one thing about Lamar Jackson, you got to put him away while he down, because the brother gonna keep coming with it. I mean, Lamar Jackson in this game, 25 for 33, 290 yards and 4 touchdowns. Jackson is setting history basically every game. I mean, he going crazy. He's going crazy. Lamar Jackson is the only QB ever to average 260 yards passing and 50 rush yards in a season. That is his average right now. And Lamar Jackson quietly owns the Bengals. quietly Joe Burrow's dad. Hey, I didn't say it. This is what the facts say. This is what the facts say. Lamar Jackson is now 10-1 against the Bengals in his career. He missed a couple games due to injury when they played, but he's 10-1 when he plays. You know, Derrick Henry, dominant. He has a touchdown in every game this season. And Derrick Henry in this game was locked down. He wasn't locked down, but he didn't really do much. And he still ate. I mean, the Bengals had a chance to win this one, and they just couldn't put him away. This is the first time in NFL history that both quarterbacks had 4 touchdowns in both the games they played in a division matchup. Because if you guys remember the game earlier this season, Bengals versus Ravens, absolute shootout. Both quarterbacks have 4+ touchdowns. And in this one, both quarterbacks have 4+ touchdowns. But this one, they didn't have no picks. I mean, Joe Burrow, what more could the brother do this game? 34 for 56, 428 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 11 catches, 264 yards, and 3 tutties. I mean, in the season series against the Ravens alone, Jamar Chase has 19 catches for 431 yards and 4 touchdowns. He owns this Ravens secondary. He's doing whatever he wants to this team, and they're just not winning games. I mean, in the post-game interview, Jamar Chase mentioned he never expected him and Joe Burrow to be this good and have this record. I mean, this Bengals defense is piss poor. Like, there's no other way to put it. They're terrible. They couldn't stop me and my homeboys in 7-on-7, I feel like, personally. You feel me? This team they just don't play no defense. They're just not tough on defense. Like, you gotta have a solid defense. Just solid. Not good, just solid. If you're gonna have this much offensive firepower. But it's not a good look for the Bengals right now. They fought a 4-6 in a very hard division with the Ravens, of course, Browns, Steelers, who also won today. They are now, I think, 8-2. I mean, this is a bad spot, man, for the Bengals. But I said they weren't gonna make the playoffs, I think last week, and I said that after this game. But I just can never write off Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Can't write them boys off. They can go off and win 8 straight after this. You feel me? Who knows? Who freaking knows? But as of now, this Bengals team is just not playing any defense. I mean, offense cannot win you every single game. It shows. I mean, no turnovers, 4 touchdowns, 400 yards, and an L. So, on the final play of the game, Bengals tie up. It's 34-35. So, I'm in the house with my boy watching the game with his pops, Mr. Court. They both saying they don't understand why they just don't kick the field goal and go in overtime. But I'm saying, like, yo, I'm telling my boy, like, man, listen, they can do that. But if the Ravens get the ball, they are not stopping Lamar Jackson. I feel like they had a better chance of winning that game at the end of regulation on that 2-point conversion than trying to go into overtime. That's me personally how I feel. And then I stayed to watch the post-game interview, and literally everyone on the podium said the same thing. Tony Gonzalez said the same thing. Is that his name, Tony? Yeah, I think it's Tony Gonzalez. Richard Sherman, Ryan Fitzpatrick, everybody on the panel said the same thing. You're just not stopping this Lamar Jackson offense with the way that this Bengals defense is playing. So I feel like Zach Taylor made the right decision to go for 2, but his stupid decisions earlier in the game to keep going for it on 4th down while leading on Lamar Jackson, I think that was a detriment to why they lost, because they could have got a field goal on one of those times they went for it on 4th down. Could have just punted it and killed more clock and put him in a worse field position than going for it on the 4th down. The Bengals blew this game to me. They were up 21-7. They had control of this game, and they lost it. Even though their offense was unreal, defense didn't come with it, and Lamar Jackson, best player in the league at the moment, ain't no debate. The man running the ball, he had a run in this game. Me and my boy watching the game like, This nigga's amazing. That's all I can say. Excuse my language. I don't like to say N-word on here. But the man is amazing, bro. He ran in circles, ran in circles. He ran backwards at least 10 to 15 yards. Start cutting up field. He hiding behind blocks. Shimmy, shimmy. Juke move. Uh, uh. And then falls on the 1 yard line. Derrick Henry touchdown on the next play. I mean, like, it was just written. From that moment on, I was like, yeah, the Bengals might lose this game, bro. Like, and they were still up 21-14 at that time. But amazing Thursday night game. We get a lot of Thursday night stinkers. This one was a Thursday night classic. My biggest takeaway from this game is that Lamar Jackson is the best player in the league and is no longer Patrick Mahomes. That is my biggest takeaway. It has been a constant debate about who's the best player in the league. When to me it was no debate. It was always Pat Mahomes. But what we're seeing this season from Lamar Jackson, I thought he couldn't get no better. The brother's leveled up. I mean, the way he's passing the ball, he's added so much touch to his passes now, where it's just basically floating through the air, dropping into the offensive player's hands. He's not. He did have some bad overthrows in that Browns game, but he's not overthrowing guys like he used to. He's not underthrowing guys like he used to. Damn near every pass he's doing is perfect. I mean, that game-winning throw to Bateman in this game, the man did a floater. He did a floater pass, left the form up, I'm just like, damn, like, what can this man not do, bro? Lamar looks unreal. And the only team that can beat him is the Chiefs. Because he beat any NFC team if you go to the Super Bowl. 22-1 against NFC. So we'll see, man. But what a game. I gotta see these two. This is the best matchup in the NFL. Damn, Burrow and Mahomes. I want to see Burrow and Lamar Jackson 7 days a week if I could. Absolute cinema. On to the next game, we got this Sunday night or Sunday morning Giants versus Panthers. Giants are now 2-8 on the season. Panthers are now 3-7. They win their second straight. Panthers win it 20-17. And in my notes, I have this labeled as the Pooper Bowl. The Pooper Bowl. There's a Super Bowl and the Pooper Bowl. And this was it. I mean, two of the worst teams in the league, in my opinion. And the Saints, not the Saints. The Saints are so bad. But the Panthers actually won this game. Bryce Young's first game or first time ever winning 2 straight games in his career. I'm happy for my boy. Roll Tide. You feel me? Bryce Young is officially not the worst starting quarterback in the NFL as well. This was the worst in the league game right here. And Daniel Jones won. I mean, Daniel Jones, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns on the day. He always turns the ball over when it counts the most. I mean, he did have a nice drive to go into overtime, but too little too late, Daniel. You feel me? But Bryce Young didn't even put up spectacular stats in this game. Chuba Hubbard is the reason why they won this game. He has edged himself into at least a top 10 running back in the NFL. 28 carries on the day, 153 yards, and a tutty. I mean, he absolutely ate in this game. Doing whatever he wanted. And this game was in Munich in Germany. They was chanting Chuba, Chu. I mean, he was lit in this game. Tyrone Tracy, running back for the Giants. Great day. 18 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown. But he fumbled on the very first drive of overtime. And I was like, damn. I mean, way to throw away an unreal game. Like, he was the Giants offense today. Tyrone Tracy was the Giants offense. He ended up fumbling on the first drive. He was very emotional on the sideline, and after the game, he was in tears because you got to win these kind of games. Basically a gimme game against the Panthers. But ultimately, Graham Gano kicks in the game-winning field goal for the Panthers. They win this game. Bryce wins his second straight start after being benched earlier in the season. And yeah, biggest takeaway is that Bryce Young may be a serviceable quarterback, and he may not be as bad as we thought he was. My biggest takeaway. I'm on Bryce's side. I'm still a huge Bryce Young fan. Even though he was not great in this game, he has not been great this season. I'm not going to give up on the man. I know I said what I said about him, about him being buns. This is the Bryce comeback game. That's my biggest takeaway. Bryce comeback game. This is it. And Daniel Jones is the worst quarterback in the league with the worst contract of all time with Sean Watson. But that's enough of this game, man. On to the next one. We got the first game on the Sunday 1 p.m. slate. And unfortunately, it is Patriots versus Bears. Patriots win 19-3. Drake May on the day, 15 for 25, 184 yards. He had one touchdown and a pick on the day. Enough of the Patriots. They didn't even do enough for me to talk about them like that. The Chicago Bears, my beloved Bears, my favorite football team of all time, my childhood team, my Chicago Bears. We have the worst offense in the NFL. And like it's evident. It's not even close. We just lost to the Patriots, 3 points to the Patriots. This team doesn't even want to win, I think. They're in the Travis Hunter sweepstakes. Like, and we just gave them a dub. I'm so embarrassed as a Bears fan. Honestly. The Fire Flus chants were insane at home today. This is our first home loss of the season as well. You know, this is how you know that Commanders game just absolutely killed our confidence. We are not the same football team. I mean, we were absolutely smashing the sorry teams, and then we come out here on in Soldier Field and we just lay a stinker. I mean, the first half, we had 67 total yards, 0 for 6 on third down in the first half. We didn't even give ourselves a chance to win in the first half or keep it close. I mean, Caleb Williams finished 16 for 30, 120 yards. This brother was a Heisman winner 2 years ago. This brother had games where he had 4 touchdowns. We seen the game in England against the Jags. Thielen, we seen that fourth quarter against the Commanders, even though he didn't have a great game. The fourth quarter, we seen that fourth quarter against the Commanders where he looks clutch and he can make throws, he can make plays. Our offense is so bad. We need to fire our OC, Shane Waldron. He's terrible. Matt Eberflus is terrible. I hate to see the faces that he makes on the sideline. I don't like nothing about our coaching staff. We need to change that shit up. Wrap it up. It's over. You feel me? Like I said, I'm wearing this beanie for the last time until we fire Flus. We got to fire Flus. You feel me? Hearing those fire Flus chants, I hate to see a man lose his job, honestly. But in the NFL, as a coach, if you get fired, you get the rest of that damn check. So I honestly don't give a damn. Fire him. I ain't gonna feel bad. Fans ain't gonna feel bad. You feel me? Hopefully we get some more wins. But the Bears, of course, have never, ever in their history fired a coach in the middle of the season. So it probably won't happen. So we'll probably just keep losing because we're okay with being mediocre. Like, the Patriots had 9 sacks today. That's the second most in the team history. Really? Like, what we doing? What are we doing? Like, it's embarrassing. I've talked about this game way longer than I was supposed to. Biggest takeaway from this game, same takeaway from last week Bears game. We need to fire the whole coaching staff. ASAP, no Rocky. Everybody done, gone, finito. On to the next one, man. We got the Bills and the Colts. Bills win it 30-20. Bills are now 8-2 on the season. Colts fall to 4-6. And man, Josh Allen, what a day. He had 2 turnovers, but Josh Allen had 4 total touchdowns in this one. And Josh Allen and Cam Newton are the only QBs ever to have 50-plus rush TDs in their first 100 career games at quarterback. Not even Lamar Jackson has this stat. And I found that unreal. That's how fired Josh Allen is. As much as we talk about Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen is very much in that conversation still as one of the best. We all know he's one of the best, but he couldn't be the best quarterback in the league at times. He can be. Could throw the ball, could run the ball. He's potent. I love Josh Allen, man. Great game by him today, even with the 2 turnovers. James Cook on the day, 19 carries, 80 yards in the TD. James Cook has been thriving the last couple of weeks since coming back from that injury. And Joe Flacco came back down to earth today. I mean, he looked terrible. I think he had 3 picks on the day. He didn't bring it today. I mean, one of the picks was just a completion to the defense. Like, he completed a pass to the defense. I can't even call that shit a pick. He completed a pass straight to defense. I don't know what Flacco's looking at. Like, that's the 40-year-old eyes talking on that play. Didn't know what Flacco was doing there. He was trying to force the ball to Josh Downs too much. They were able to read it. They were getting home a lot. He also had a fumble in this one on a strip sack. Just a really sloppy game for the Colts today. But Jonathan Taylor did eat today. 21 carries for 114 yards. He did not have a touchdown, but he ate today. He's really the only one that showed up today for the Colts. But yeah, Bills win it in a pretty comfortable fashion, 30-20. And my biggest takeaway from this game is that the Chiefs may be the second best team in the AFC. They are 8-2. That is not talked about enough. 8-2 is not a record you just look at and be like, nah, they're all right. This 8-2 is extremely solid. The Chiefs are 9-0. Bills are 8-2. I mean, this is a really good record. I'm gonna keep an eye on the Bills. I'm liking how they're looking, man. On to the next game. We got the Broncos and the Chiefs. Chiefs win it 16-14 in a low scoring affair. Broncos are now 5-5 on the year. Chiefs move to 9-0. And man, this one literally came down to the last play of the game. Bo Nix on the day, 22 for 30, 215 yards, and 2 tutties. And I think Bo Nix outplayed Pat Mahomes today. Pat Mahomes, 28 for 42, 266 yards and a tutty. Both QBs stay clean and they know interceptions. But Bo Nix, he looks so poised against a really good defense. This Chief defense is no slouch. Arguably the best defense in the league. And Bo Nix held his own. And Sean Payton is still coaching up a great team. I mean, this Broncos team is 5-5, but they're a hard-earned 5-5. And they're in a hard division. I mean, Travis Kelce also, he's back. I was right. I thought Travis Kelce was finito. Thought it was donezo. Travis Kelce on the day, 8 receptions for 64 yards and a touchdown. He came the all-time leader in touchdowns today for the Chiefs with 76. Passing, one of my favorites of all time, Tony Gonzalez. But man, Chiefs are here. Kareem Hunt is still running the ball in that fat body of his. No offense to Kareem, but you're fat, brother. You're fat. You know, he's absolutely carrying that ball. I don't know what they're going to do when Pacheco comes back because they're both great. They're just going to have to do a 2-back combo. Mahomes was running for his life in this game. I mean, the Broncos defense was getting home damn near every single play. He was running for his life. Every time I see Mahomes, he was scrambling. Looked like the Super Bowl game against the Bucks, where he was just absolutely running for his life. But it was 16-14. The Broncos had a chance to win this game, and the Chiefs blocked the field goal on the last possession of the game. Unreal scenes. The Chiefs go to 9-0. The Chiefs, with 216 points on the season, are the 6th lowest all time for a team that started 9-0. I mean, that just goes to show how unreal their defense has been. And it just shows with the game winning blocked field goal. What a game. Absolutely exciting. My biggest takeaway from this game is that, one, Bo Nix is fire, and he may be the second best rookie in this class. Jane Daniels first. I'll put Bo Nix second. And also the Chief defense is just unreal. I mean, they're just unreal. To keep your undefeated record, you get the game-winning block. Like, damn. It's like, bro, like this team is they just won't die, bro. They ain't going out like that, man. But Chiefs win it 16-14. On to the next one. We have Falcons and the Saints. Saints win this one 20-17. Falcons are now 6-4 on the year. Saints are now 3-7, and they split the season series. My first note on this game is that Derek Carr is so bad. And then Derek Carr ended up changing my mind. Derek Carr ended up having a very solid game. 16 for 25, 269 yards and 2 tutties. Him and Valdez Scantling had an unreal connection today. Marquez Valdez Scantling, who was absolutely written off by the league. He was cut by the Chiefs after winning the Super Bowl with them. He was called Butterfingers back to back to back because he was always dropping passes from Mahomes. He had a great the first half. Valdez Scantling was 3 receptions, 107 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Finished the game with 2 touchdowns as well. Like, he came with it today. Alvin Kamara is now the Saints' all-time leading rusher. He passed Mark Ingram today in this game. He also had a terrible drop. He had a walk-in touchdown and he dropped the ball. I didn't know what the hell Kamara was doing on that, but he helped me in fantasy. He helped keep me in. Shout out to Neil, man. Hope I beat you. But yeah, man, what a game by the Saints today. They were a pretty good team. It looked like after what they start off 2-0 and they lost 7 straight games, and then they win. They snapped their losing streak. The Falcons' offense was just not with it today. Their passing game, Bijan Robinson was their bright spot. 20 carries for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. They lost this game because of Younghoe Koo. I think they lost this game because of me. I pick up Younghoe Koo in fantasy, and bro just shit the bed. He missed 2 field goals inside 45 yards, and 1 was blocked. What is my luck? Younghoe Koo missed 3 field goals in this game. They lose 20-17. You hit 2 field goals, you win 26-20, brother. What happened today? I pick you up and you just decide you don't know how to kick no more. But yeah, man, it was a pretty bad offensive game by the Falcons. Koo missed a lot of field goals. Just a bad showing today by the Falcons. They could have easily won this game. But yeah, my biggest takeaway from this one is that the Saints ain't dead. They're definitely trash still, but they're not as dead as I thought they were. I thought they were honestly going to lose every game for the rest of the season and just tank for a quarterback, either Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders or whoever the hell they want, Travis Hunter. I thought they were going to tank their season away, but they still like a pretty solid football team. We will see. End of that game. On to the next one. We have the 49ers against the Bucks. 49ers win it 23-20, and this game also came down to a game-winning field goal. Brock Purdy on the day, 25 for 36, 353 yards, and 2 tutties. And this was the Mac Attack, Christian McCaffrey's first game back after missing the first 9 weeks. He came back with a vengeance. He had 105 scrimmage yards on the day. Didn't run the ball good, but always a threat in the passing game. Also, Ricky Pearsall had his first first career receiving touchdown on the day on a 47-yard catch by Brock Purdy. If you guys don't know, Ricky Pearsall was shot in an attempted robbery this season, and he's back and he's scoring touchdowns. I love to see it, bro. I love to see it. But really good game today by the 49ers. They could have won this game by a lot, but Baker Mayfield is just one tough mother effer. I mean, Baker Mayfield just would not go down. Literally wouldn't go down. There was a play in this game in the fourth quarter where Baker Mayfield ran for at least 10 yards with Nick Bosa holding his shoulder. I don't know why Bosa didn't just sling him down by the arm. I got some funny memes on Twitter about that. I ain't gonna speak on it because you feel me. This ain't no political podcast. But he literally ran with Nick Bosa attached to his body for 10 yards. And then completed a pass on 4th down to Rachaad White. It was one of the plays of the season. Y'all got to look that up. Look up Baker Mayfield 4th down conversion with man on his body to Rachaad White. It was unreal to see live, man. Baker Mayfield is so damn tough. This Bucks team is not supposed to be competing as hard as they are. They just competed hard 3 weeks in a row. Ravens, Chiefs, and now this 49ers game. This is absolutely dog of a team. George Kittle had a beautiful toe tap touchdown today in this one on an insane scramble by Brock Purdy. What a game! He's I think Kittle scores for the third week in a row. But Jake Moody had missed 3 field goals in this game as well, and then he kicks in the game-winning field goal. He made it when it mattered, and that's all that matters in football. Just do the shit when it counts. You feel me? And that's what Jake Moody did today. But what a game. 49ers win it 23-20. And my biggest takeaway from this one is that the Niners ain't dead yet also. This is another ain't dead yet team. NFC is pretty bad bunched up right now. But hey, they're still here, man. 49ers are over 500 now. They got C-Mac back. They got Juwan Jennings back in this game. He also had a good game. I think he had like 97 receiving yards. The team is coming back. Team is getting back together. Good game in this one. On to the next one. We have Steelers versus Commanders. Steelers win it 28-27. Steelers are now 7-2 on the year. Commanders go down to 7-3. And this was also a very good football game. Damn, I kind of undermined, or I kind of downplayed how good these 1 o'clock games were. These games was fire. I cannot lie. This is now the third game in a row that came down to a field goal. But Russell Wilson in this one, 14 for 28, 195 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Didn't throw the ball well today. 50% is not good, but he did have 3 touchdowns. You can't really complain. George Pickens had one of the nastiest catches this season. Contorted his body to the he swung his body to the side, caught it going down. I was like, damn, what a catch by Pickens. He's always gonna have some catches like that though. Y'all know how Pickens get, man. He's one of the nicest young guys in the league we got. Najee Harris scored a touchdown. He ended up coming out in the game, but ended up coming back in. And the Steelers tried a fake punt today on their own 15. It was one of the weirdest plays I've ever seen. And the play worked. But the dude dropped it on a wide open conversion. I mean, it was absolutely insane. That led to an Austin Eckler TD. And that led to the Commanders kind of taking control of this game until the very end, where the Steelers just would not let up. Steelers would not let up. And at the end of the game, the Steelers line up on 4th down. They do the hard count, and the rookie D lineman on the Commanders jumps and seals the win for the Steelers. Steelers win it 28-27. What a game. Jaden Daniels did not have a great game today. He had no touchdowns, but he still played a really good game. He had 200 yards passing the ball. This Commanders team is just absolute dogs, bro. Like, they fought hard to the very end of this game. And yeah, my biggest takeaway from this one is that the Steelers are so legit. I think the Steelers are a top 5 team in the NFL. Like, as of now, I'd go Chiefs, Ravens, Steelers, Bills, Lions. Like, 4 of the 5 best teams are in the AFC. But bro, this AFC is absolutely stacked this year, man. And 2 of the teams are in the same division, Steelers and the Ravens. But what a game. Came down to the final play. On to the next one. We got Vikings versus Jags. Vikings win at 12-7. This game was absolute stinker. This game was trash. But Vikings are now 7-2 on the season. Jaguars fall to 2-8. No Trevor Lawrence, so Mac Jones started. Mac Jones absolutely terrible. We see why he's a backup. Sam Darnold is back to his form. He is not that good. 3 touchdowns today, all in the red zone, and 2 were in the end zone. 2 end zone touchdowns. Just bad decision making. Mac Jones started the game off so well, bro. He scored on the first drive of the game and ain't do shit since. I mean, absolute spiral job today by Mac Jones. He spiraled today. Aaron Jones was really the only person on offense in this game that did something good. 17 carries for 88 yards. That's it for that game. 12-7. My biggest takeaway from this game is that the Vikings are frauds. They've had a pretty easy schedule. They're the worst 7-2 team in the league. The Steelers are 7-2. The Vikings are 7-2. And I'm way more afraid of the Steelers than the Vikings. That's all I'm going to say. I don't believe in the Vikings. But on to our 4 p.m. slate First game up, we got Titans versus Chargers. Chargers win it 27-17. Justin Herbert, 14 for 18, 164 yards, and 2 total touchdowns on the day. 1 passing, 1 rushing. And Justin Herbert is coming into his form, man. He's looked so good these last 3 weeks. I mean, Chargers offense is hot. J.K. Dobbins, hot. I mean, I'm loving what I'm seeing from this team. Will Levis actually had a really good game. I thought Will Levis was the worst starter in the league. But hey, 18 for 23, 175 yards, and 2 touchdowns. No turnovers for Will Levis. I mean, wow. Calvin Ridley was absolutely dominant today. And I thought I would never say that again while speaking about Calvin Ridley. 5 receptions for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, he was just finding ways to get open in that red zone. But yeah, Chargers win it in pretty dominant fashion. It wasn't really close. Titans put up some garbage points at the end. Titans put up some garbage points at the end. My biggest takeaway from this game is that Harbaugh is one of the best coaches in the NFL. This team is not talented. This team does not have the crazy skill players, but they continue to win games. And they continue to use what they have. Josh Palmer, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Quentin Johnston, someone who was considered as one of the worst wide receivers in the league last season, scored this week. I mean, Harbaugh has literally implemented that Michigan offense into this Chargers team, and it looks good. And he has a better quarterback in Justin Herbert, better than J.J. McCarthy. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this Chargers team. They look really good. NFC is stacked, boy. NFC is really good. But yeah, Chargers win this one 27-17. On to the next one. Let me hit the water real quick, man. I'm absolutely yapping right now, bro. No water sponsorship, just strictly sips. Just quenching the thirst. But this game, Eagles versus Cowboys. Eagles win it 34-6. And the Cowboys have now lost 5 games at home. Let me pull up the stat. I got a stat right on my phone. The Dallas Cowboys passed 5 home games. They lost 48-32 to the Packers last year. They lost 44-19 to the Saints this year. 28-25 to the Ravens this year. 47-9 to the Lions this year. And 34-6 to the Eagles this game. They are winless this season at home. I don't know what is going on with this team at home. I thought you were supposed to play better at home. I guess that's just not the case for the Cowboys. They are so bad at the crib. They don't stand on business at the crib. I mean, Cooper Rush had 13 completions today for 43 yards. This team is so bad. Dak Prescott is probably out for the season with the partially torn hamstring. Speedy recovery to Dak, but he wasn't doing absolutely anything. This Cowboys team is. They gave the ball to Zeke today. I never see Zeke get the ball. Zeke got the ball in the end zone and fumbled it in the end zone. Touchback. It's like, damn. Like, I know Bears fans got it bad, but Cowboys fans, y'all can't say nothing to me. I'm talking to my boy Bob if you're listening. Talking to my boy Deuce if you're listening. You can't say nothing to me as a Cowboys fan. Y'all suck. Y'all are poop. And that's the bottom line. You feel me? But let's talk about the Eagles a little bit. Jalen Hurts on the day, 14 for 20, 202 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, passing the ball and a pick, and he had 2 rushing touchdowns. He's just going to score every game. Jalen Hurts is going to get that damn ball in the red zone, or into the end zone. Every single game, point blank, period. A.J. Brown on the day, 5 receptions for 109 yards. That connection with him and Hurts is one of the best connections in the league. I mean, when A.J. Brown plays, Eagles don't lose. Point blank, period. Only time I seen him lose with A.J. Brown was in the Super Bowl to Pat Mahomes, basically. You feel me? If A.J. Brown's hurt, Eagles will probably lose. A.J. Brown play, Eagles will probably going to win. You know? But enough of this game. They were blown out. Biggest takeaway from this one. Are the Eagles a Super Bowl contender? Question mark. Question mark. Are they? I mean, their last 5 weeks have been fire. I know Sirianni's a questionable coach, but this offensive firepower is just hard to look past. I'm sticking with the Lions because I think the Lions are a very gritty team, and it just showed today in this Sunday night game. But the Eagles is no slouch, bro. This is gonna be a good NFC Championship game. I hope it happens. But on to the next one, man. Last game of the 4 p.m. slate. I will not talk about this game too long because I'm not giving the Jets my time no more. Jets versus Cardinals. Cardinals win it 31-6. Jets are now 3-7. Cardinals are now 6-4 on the year. Kyler Murray was violating this team. Kyler Murray was 22 for 24, 266 yards, and 3 total touchdowns. He set a franchise record today for completions in a row with 17 straight completions. He was 17 for 19 in the first half. James Conner scored again. Marvin Harrison scored again. This Jets defense is weak. Sauce Gardner, mid. DJ Reed, stupid, dumb mid. I can't believe I was riding so high on this Jets team going into this year. Aaron Rodgers is old as hell. It's time for brother to hang him up. Devontae Adams is washed. He had 0 catches in the first half. Free Garrett Wilson. He's actually one of the bright spots on that team. Fleece Hall. I ain't calling this nigga Brees. Fleece Hall finesse me in fantasy. I took him with my 4th pick, and he sucks. Brees is mid. Like this Jets O-line may be the worse than the Bears O-line. It's that bad. It's gotten to that point. My star note in this game, belt to ass for the Jets. They ain't do nothing in this game. And this is one of the funniest plays of the year. I'm going to break this down for y'all real quick. This is what I was seeing. Aaron Rodgers threw a pass to Devontae Adams, right? It was tipped up, tip drill. He had it in his hands and dropped it, right? That's how I knew Devontae was washed. He's catching that every other year. He drops that. It's now 4th down on the 1 for the Jets. On the next play, they snap it to Aaron Rodgers, and he got strip sacked, and his body was contorted in one of the funniest ways I've ever seen a man body look. This happened on back-to-back plays. And that's when I knew. I was like, yo, this Jets team is one of the worst teams in the league. I don't care who they have on their team. I damn the talent. This team sucks. And I'm not giving them the time of day no more. I've completely given up on them after this game. They got absolutely dominated by the Cardinals. Done with them. Also, Trey McBride, the tight end on the Cardinals, is one of the best tight ends in the league this season. He hurt somebody today, was fire. But my biggest takeaway from this game is that the Cardinals are not as bad as I thought they were. And Kyler Murray is not as bad as I thought he was, man. Kyler Murray is actually a really good player. If he has games like this when he's throwing the ball accurate, he can be a top 10 quarterback as well. Because when he runs the ball, he got my respect. When he runs the ball, he's always a threat. Looks like a little badass kid running with your phone. You feel me? Can't catch him, can't bring him down. It's Kyler Murray, bro. You feel me? But if he's going to pass the ball like this all the time, be afraid of the Cardinals. On to the last game I have in my notes. Last game on Sunday. We had a Sunday Night Showdown. Lions versus the Texans. What a freaking game. Lions win it 26-23 on a game-winning field goal by Jake Bates. Bro, Collinsworth and Tirico kept talking about bro's story. I understand he had a cool story. He was working in a warehouse a year ago, tried out for the Lions, ended up in the NFL, this and that. We get it, y'all. Y'all talked about that shit for at least, y'all mentioned that at least 5 times. I got the gist. You feel me? He's really good. You feel me? I love a cool story, but you don't saturate me with the story. Like, damn. But this was the turnover game. This game was nasty with turnovers. Jared Goff had 5 interceptions and won this football game. I'm about to give y'all a stat. This was the most combined picks in a game since 2018, Rams versus Bears. And guess who's that quarterback on that Rams team? Jared Goff's ass. This is the second time. He's on the wrong side of history twice, but he won the game. But another stat. Jared Goff is the fourth QB to throw 5 picks in a game and win since 1990. I mean, how did the Lions win this game? The Lions scored 23 unanswered, or night. Sorry, the Lions scored 19 unanswered points to win this game. The Texans didn't score in the second half. I mean, this Lions defense, no Aiden Hutchinson, locked down this team. I mean, John Mechie was doing whatever he wanted in this first half. Shout out to John Mechie. He had his first career reception today, receiving TD for the Texans. John Mechie came back from I think it was leukemia. Road Tide, man. I'm always root for my boy John Mechie. But they locked Mechie down in the second half. They locked Tank Dell down in the second half. This Lions defense, I don't understand how they did it. Scoreless Texans second half. And then their offense just rallied this game. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs in the running game and the passing game, dominant. Amon-Ra St. Brown set the franchise record today, 7 touchdowns in a row receiving. I mean, he's gonna get into the red zone, into the end zone. Jameson Williams back from suspension. He was a big part in this game. He got absolutely popped on a nasty catch in this game. I mean, what an up and down game. The Lions end up scoring on a game-winning field goal. And I wish I can. I'm actually demonstrate it for y'all. This my hand right here for y'all. Listen, I'm gonna post it on YouTube, so y'all gonna see. This is the upright. The ball literally was going like this, and the shit did a wanted bullet curve, slid past the upright. Unreal, bro. I mean, if they had an extra layer of paint on the upright, the shit gonna miss. It slithers in. The Lions win it in a Cinderella comeback. What a freaking Sunday night game. The turnovers was absolutely absurd to start this half. Stroud threw a pick, Goff threw a pick, Stroud threw another pick, then Goff threw a pick. It was just interceptions galore, and then we still got a really good game. I mean, what a Sunday of football. My biggest takeaway from this game is that the Lions are still going to the Super Bowl. The Eagles are going to give them a fight, but the Lions are going to the Super Bowl, bro. And like I said earlier in the season, I'm going to stick with my take. The Lions are going to win the Super Bowl. They are just a gritty football team. They find ways to win games. Dan Campbell is one of the best coaches in the NFL. And this is just one of the best offenses in the league. And when their defense comes with it, they going to shut shit down like they did today. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the games for today. Like I said, I want to get into a little bit of basketball. I was supposed to give y'all a basketball episode last week. I lied. I am so sorry. I feel like something always comes up with me when I'm supposed to be recording for y'all. But I did not get that episode to y'all. I will. I swear on me. On me. I'm getting y'all a basketball episode this week. Whether it's with a guest or it's by myself, I'm going to get y'all some hoops. But just give y'all some quick basketball real quick. The Cavs are undefeated. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 11-0. And I watched that game last night against the Nets. They should have lost that game, but they are that good. Darius Garland is back. Evan Mobley is the player who we all expected him to be. For the basketball fans out there who know about Evan Mobley, he has been an absolute baller this year. And Nikola Jokic, the shit I seen from him tonight in this Dallas Mavericks game, Jokic had 37, 18, and 16. Who else in the league is doing this? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Nikola Jokic is one of the greatest basketball players I've ever seen, and it's not a debate. He's one of the greatest basketball players we have ever seen, and we're taking this shit for granted at this point. He's the best player of our generation. LeBron's generation's over. Like LeBron's prime is over. New generation started in 2020, by the way, for those listening. From the 2020s and now, Jokic is the best player that we've seen. I mean, he helped beat the Mavs. The Mavs today. Absolute thriller of a game. The Warriors, they got their ass smacked by the Cavs, and they bounced back today, big against the Thunder. Steph Curry, 36 points today. Their defense absolutely locked down today. I don't think the OKC had 90 points, but I know they didn't crack 100. Chet Holmgren did get a hip injury in this game where he had to get helped off the court. Speedy recovery to Chet. I hope he's okay. John Morant had two insane layups this past week. 360 contort his body layups. Shit I used to do in middle school. But you feel me? We ain't gonna talk about that. You feel me? For another day. But John Morant is one of the greatest athletes we have ever seen in all of sports. And Kevin Durant, I always thought it, but Kevin Durant solidified it for me the other day when he said Ja is the greatest athlete he's ever seen. I mean, what a week of NBA, man. I can't wait to talk. I want to talk NBA more on this pod, but I want to keep my pods to like an hour range. So I'm gonna wrap it up. This is gonna be a to be continued for NBA. I can't wait to catch y'all up with NBA. I'm gonna grade every NBA team and give y'all some rankings based on the past 2 weeks. And I'm gonna get that to y'all this week by Friday. Trust me. Hold me to that. And if I don't, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all permission to slander me in my comments. Do whatever y'all want. But I promise you, I'm gonna get y'all some NBA this week, man. But I hope y'all enjoyed the pod. Hope y'all listened to the very end. This was fun, man. As always, this is my therapy. This is where I can just, woosah. You feel me? I can just chill, relax. I got my tank on for this pod, man. I'm hot as hell. I can't wait to take off this beanie. You feel me? Like I said, this is my last time wearing it until we fire Floose. But as always, man, I hope y'all have a great work week. Hope y'all make some money. Hope y'all be safe. Quick shout out real quick to the people out there at Tuskegee University. I heard they had a shooting. Hope everything's all right. Prayers out to the one person who passed away, and for the rest who were hurt. Also prayers out to the young man who passed away in downtown Orlando shooting. Prayers out to everyone, man. This gun violence shit is getting out of hand, man. Niggas don't even want to hang out. Damn, excuse my language. People don't even want to hang out no more, bro. Like, me and the gang was planning on doing something for Classic. We don't even know if that shit going through no more, man. People can't control themselves. People just can't let other people have a good time without ruining the fun. But y'all be safe out there, man. Classic weekend coming up. All that good stuff. And NBA this week, like I said, by Friday. Can't wait to get that to y'all. Thank you for listening to another episode of More to the Story. Let's get it.